Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Dune Spice Wars, where we're jumping in the middle of this game here. I don't actually have any idea how close we are to a conclusion. What I do know is that we are starting to meet the other players, and violence is not, I think, super likely at the moment, but it gets more likely, I think, every moment that elbows are rubbing together. What do we want to do next? Do I want to grab... We have enough authority to expand again, for sure. And I'm debating... So this here is a desert. Deep deserts will not generally have villages in them. This serves as a sort of like a natural border, an area that is a real pain in the ass to cross. It will likely have a modifier. Yeah, here we go. You can see plus 200% supply drain and minus 20% to ground unit speed. So really awkward to attack across it. Not impossible. And you certainly can prepare enough. I think let's try to cut across Halfir and Kartar as quickly as we can, because I would love another spice field. It's a real shame that it's in this region and not that one. What would this be? This would only be 119. Yeah, I think we should perhaps move on that. And honestly, maybe... Well, I was going to say maybe expand the military a little bit, but actually our incomes right now are not ideal. This is the whole reason we need a third spice field in the first place. We can handle this with 4 troops. All right, go to it, friends. Have we voted on what's up here? Oh yeah, I just really don't want labor rights to pass. I have to imagine the other major houses are also going to be pushing against this. Probably. Oh, hold on. Raid incoming. So we do have those missile bases up.
Let's end this.
Right, do we not? The missile batteries are extant. They simply are not firing on the Fremen. Okay, well, that's fine. All right, watch this thing. Deploy it. Get some crew in there. We're a little short manpower. Here, we can knock this out real fast.
Agreed.
Move our ranged unit off. Ah, the problem is that these units were not actually bound for me.
Yes, sir.
That's why my things were not recognizing them as a danger. They must be troops from Ugnia, so they, yeah. Technically they were friendly. Whatever, it's not like they were going to do any damage here at Oman anyway.
On it.
I don't know why the Siege would even send out a force that was inferior to the number of
Yes.
military units in the place.
Awaiting orders.
Okay, there we go. I want to make sure the ranged units are at the back. Okay, our spice mixture here, we can adjust a little bit. But yeah, we're a little desperate for cash at the moment. That's something we gotta correct. We can get a fair amount out of this thing after we take over Halfir.
Listening. On the offensive.
Alright, everybody focus tight. This is what we want to do most, is free up one of our melee units to run into their ranged.
We're focused. Fire at will.
On duty. We are on the
Oh, we are actually gonna have to pull you, huh?
Yes, sir. For the Duke.
Focus fire. Understood.
Okay, there we go.
On the offensive.
At your service, sir.
You know, why don't you go grab this real quick? Yeah, that supply bar. It'll last long enough for that. I also need to remember that we have the supply drop queued up in case we need it. Units that are in active siege mode are not losing supplies anymore, which is part of the reason that I kept pushing with those soldiers who eventually died from the supply loss. Because I was like, if they can just get that last guy down, they'll be totally fine immediately. All right, yep, give me that, and then go join the siege, or rather, go stand next to our new territory. And we are suddenly flush with cash. Flush enough, anyway. This is going to take 144 to take over. So we got a minute, but also, honestly, it's +8 is a pretty good speed for income. All right. There is this harvester. No, it's the harvester up here. Got ourselves some manpower there. Very important to make sure we're actually using it. This is part of the reason. This is the whole reason. I haven't bothered to build militia everywhere. It's just like manpower is a serious concern for us. They didn't successfully take Shah Alpo. Oh, the smoke. They just pillaged it. Okay, the tech we're researching is finished. What do we want to do back home? So we completed a 3 economy building district, got our economic lobbies. I'm not really sure how I plan to win this game. So we haven't really talked about the Chome market here at all, because there's 10,000 other things happening. But you can buy and sell shares in the marketplace. And I'm not 100% sure exactly how this whole system works, but what I do know is that if you get to the place where you own 10% of the total shares, you get some benefits here, including more influence production. If you get to 30%, you get a plus 15% bonus to all of your military units' power, which is probably a pretty big deal. And if you get to 50%, you do win the game. If you control the spice market, then you have all the money. And everybody else's concerns, you can sort of route around them in real time, right? With that level of control over the financial resources. So that's not a thing that we have the economy to really interact with this game, probably. It's maybe something to think about for the future. Let's see. Right now we're doing this. You can only build 1 copy of each building. So filling out a 3 building district with yellow buildings has ensured that we can't have the 2 building district, the 2 building bonus as well. I think that's fine. Building a Chome branch somewhere so that we get the bonus spice exchange rate is still probably pretty worthwhile when the base exchange rate is at least 2.2, and right now it is over that. This might be a good thing to do. If we're going to do it, we want to do it in a single district area. So that'll get us this as well. Get our yellow developments a little bit faster, although it's obviously more exciting in a game where you have more of those to go. Also, you should be in recon mode. So obviously we're like very close to done with that part of the tree. So is this thing... Yeah, this Sandfall is unique. 6% of Village Solari upkeep as knowledge. That's interesting. Yeah, this area over here I think is going to be a site of some contention, and I am really surprised the Harkonnen did not just take it. I guess they must not have had the influence?
Service, sir.
The authority, rather. I think we need to come back here and get ready. We won't be able to take it over until it is no longer devastated, I believe. 168. That's rough. I don't know all of the factors that play into the cost, but I do know that distance from your capital is one of them. Let's see here. We can just get a boatload of intel from this. Yeah, let's have our agent go and check the flight records on that. You know, and at some point we do still need to fall back and like grab our fuel supplies and whatnot. Okay, we are over the size that our stockpile needs to be, so let's divert all of our dust directly to the market. That's good news. So what do we want to do about Gray? I think I still want to try to get this to try to cap off their ability to attack. Try to cap off their ability to grow in this direction, at least. We don't know exactly where the Harkonnen are. That might be a useful thing to know, actually. Can we, buttons. It's this one. This is the one. I'm going to pull one of our... Maybe the one from the Landsrad. One of our agents, and put them on researching the Harkonnen. So we'll reach level 1 information on the Harkonnen in 7 days with an agent here. And once we get to level 1, we will get to see their borders and the productions of all of their villages that we've reconned. If we keep pushing it up, we can unlock the ability to see more stuff about their empire, and eventually we can unlock the ability to pursue an assassination against their leader, which does remove them from the game. In theory, in a way that doesn't require you to like fight all of their military units. I don't really know. I don't have a lot of experience with that. We'll find out. But for the moment, I think we're just kind of waiting for numbers to grind up. Okay, new Chome shares were made available to buy. The next bid is big. Jeez. Okay. That's sad. There's plenty of time. Oh, there's no dial mark between 601 and... Okay, whatever. Do it like this. You want to overshoot by a little bit because you have to build in room to pull your spice harvesters back when there's worm sign, right? A renowned traveling salesman is looking for new markets on Arrakis. So we can't pillage, so we cannot acquire valuables to sell him, which is a shame. Build new economy buildings to permanently gain +3 Solari production per building. You know, I don't hate the idea, and we certainly have some places where we could extend, right? We have a lot of what's it called? Plascrete? Yeah, Plascrete. So where is the best place to do this kind of stuff? Probably in a spot like this where we have the bonus to our incomes. Or where we have the cheaper buildings, rather. We can build an extra recruitment office here, and honestly, we are still kind of lower on manpower than I would like, so yeah, maybe let's do that. You can build an extra recruitment office, and they're more effective. Yeah, I think I like that. That's not an economic building. That's just a thing I want to do. So getting another refinery online would count. Over here, where we have the same cheaper buildings thing, we can build... Oh, I didn't actually build the missile battery over here. I probably should. What's the wind like in this region? Just 3? I mean... That's fine. It's expensive, though. Allied villages in this region and its neighbors get bonus spice production. Where's my other spice villages in a really awkward... Yeah, there's no way to benefit from, in multiple places, from one of these buildings right now. What is the upkeep cost for the spice silo? It's only 8. It's probably worth building. Get some of these put together. 168 feels like it is forever away. And we have incoming, do we? All right,
yes,
y'all.
sir. As you command.
Get running. Okay, +3 Solari production per economy building. We haven't really done anything over here. I am going to set up a wind trap. And we unlocked the bonus that allows us to build more than one thing at a time. So I don't remember when we unlocked it, but we did it at some point. A maintenance center is a building that is free. Most of the regions around here are already benefiting from a maintenance center, but it will provide us with a permanent 3 Solari from this event, and it doesn't actually cost any upkeep. It's not free in the sense that you still have to play Plascrete, but
At your service, sir. Attack!
go get them. Who do they think they are? And a trade offer while stuff is happening for some resources I don't need. No, thank you. Got a little bit of worm sign. Let's get you out of there. Yeah, you can see the shaky ground. Shai-Hulud will have to go find its own dinner today. Ooh, this is a high wind region too. It's not bad.
On duty.
All right.
We are
I
on
think
the
we're
move.
about ready to make this move. Let's get back to a friendly territory and then...
What's your order, sir?
Okay, redeploy. Worms are clear. New Landsrad vote. I didn't even see what happened to the last one. Labor rights was voted in by everybody. There's a remarkably large number of votes actually for that. So we are desperate, flailing right now. Okay, not so good. So the first charter is up for offer here. We are sadly just a little bit short, both in terms of Landsrad standing and in terms of our total water output, to be available to this. Well, if somebody else wins it, then they are potentially up for the governorship, and I would really like that not to happen. So I might... I mean, we want to save some amount of influence for when there is something up that we really want for ourselves. But I think we're going to put at least 100 votes into decline here, and we might spend some of our influence as well. Carino doesn't really have a ton of influence to go to war with us on that. Harkonnen sadly does. There is some kind of bonus. Okay, at 10k hegemony, we don't need the charter prerequisites except for the amount of Landsrad standing. So we're not quite there yet, and we don't have the standing anyway. So it wouldn't matter if we were. Alright, let's go make this happen. Thing is just about functional again, and we do have the authority, and this will be a wonderful place to hold down. Also, we got another event here. A promising politician rising in the Landsrad. No matter the subject, they always manage to steer the debate toward a favorable consensus. So, if we were willing to pitch 1,000 Solari right now, we could gain 10 Landsrad standing. And if we become eligible for the thing during its... Yeah, these are just finishing. So we're about to have more water. If we become eligible for the water seller charter while it's being voted on, I think we can vote for ourselves. So those are going to finish and get us over the water threshold. I would really like to do this, which means we need money, which means let's go see if anybody needs some plascrete. Because, gosh, we got plascrete.
Let's get to business.
You are remarkably low, actually. Alright, so I need at least 1,000 Solari in total. I don't need to take that much off of you, but like, you know, 325 would cover it. A little bit more like just cushion, because we're barely positive. In exchange for, we can watch the little bar in the middle go up as we get closer and closer to a deal he would actually make. He says, not for all the plascrete in your empire. Okay. Well, we are rich in intel as well. I can help you make some operations happen, and in fact, then I can pull back some plascrete for myself, because we do want to build stuff in this new this village once we take it over. I could offer up a trade agreement as well, plus 3% Solari production, and plus 3 Solari production in each village. I'm gonna skip that, but let's offer this up. Are you interested, sir? He was interested. Cool. Alright, so let's take this event. We will ignite this politician's interest with a healthy bribe, putting ourselves over the top of that. And yep, the water thing is finished. So yeah, we are now potentially... There we go. No, not decline. I want to vote for... this thing is behaving a little bit strangely. Hold on. Let me pull all my votes out. Close the window. There we go. And you know what? We just go hard. We just throw everything in there. Because if we were to win that, it would solve our economic problems for quite some time. Especially since we're about to have even more water to merch.
We're focused.
We are ready.
Do not just let that ranged unit shoot at whoever it wants. What we should do is we should try to buy some influence off of the other players for whatever it is they will take. But I want to get this established right now. Okay, no, our units are fine. They're not losing supply. They're in the circle. They will be okay. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is see if we can get Baron Harkonnen here to sell us a little bit of influence, because obviously he is our main threat on this thing. A little bit of intel. He is reluctant to part with his influence. What if I gave you some spice? I have a stockpile, and here's all this. And no, he's not really. He's not up for this. That makes sense. You have some. What if you gave me all your influence, and in exchange... Nope. Yeah, everybody's holding tight to their influence right now. That's just smart play. That's fine. We probably won't get it. How much time do we have left on Renowned Merchant? 31 days. Okay, and we've managed to earn this bonus 4 times. A thing we should do while I'm thinking about it is actually build that other missile battery here, which I totally forgot to do. There we go. Those two both are able to cover both of the villages. This village is going to be kind of out on its own, that kind of stuff, but there's some stuff we can do to make it a little bit more defensible. Some things we can put in place. So we can probably dial the stockpile down a little bit. There we go. Send a little bit more to the market. And let's build some stuff. So first of all... Okay, the water extractor is just plus 20 water for 8 upkeep. A lot of plascrete, more than I was expecting, actually. But the thing we're going to do here first, actually, is build an airfield. So, when within the circle of an airfield, your units can... Oh, and you can build stuff kind of wherever in here. This is actually really nice. When within the area of an airfield, your units can jump up into shuttles and be delivered into the circle area of any other airfield. You start with an airfield circle around your home base. The home base has a built-in airfield. But this will help us as we're getting further and further stretched here. This will help us respond more quickly with our troops. We're definitely going to want to build more airfields over time. And for right now, these troops just live here. And we do have some clear... we do have some manpower for militia. Our harvesters are both fully manned, right? Fully crewed? Yeah, okay. Cool. We'll build that water thing when it becomes available to do so. That's interesting. It uncommitted my votes. Okay, just making sure those actually stay committed. So we do have the most votes for ourselves. But keep in mind, the other houses can vote against anyone taking it. They can just vote decline to have a Water Sellers Union charter. And the minor houses are tricky. It's difficult to predict what they're going to do. So we finished our important thing here. So actually, we just gained the ability to put more crew on the harvesters, and we definitely should do so. Lower the share buying price and increase your spice exchange rate based on the number of Chom shares you have. Not super exciting. I think it's reasonable to pick up Riches of Arrakis at this point. Did we finish that building in Arrakeen? We did. Okay. So we already have our research speed bonus. It's just really, it's slow. It takes a long time to do that one.
Ready for instruction.
Okay. House Carino has untruced us. Aggressively, officially untruced us. Ah, we won this thing. House Harkonnen went in with all of their influence and even got a minor house to follow, but it just wasn't enough. We managed to brute force our way to having some actual income, plus 2 Solari per positive water. Fantastic. And now that we hold a charter, we're kind of eligible for governorship. Although I guess that part of the election prerequisites was probably going to become irrelevant when we hit 10k hegemony anyway, right? What really matters is getting to 450. Although, you know, we're not there yet. And also, the money from the Water Sellers Union is actually really, really useful. All right, yeah, so keep it up. Let's keep going here. We're generating authority pretty quickly. We have some time on this. Like, the smugglers are not close to expanding into it. I am wondering if a hegemony win might be feasible. Okay, so we have level 1 infiltration on the Harkonnen now. We should probably figure out what that actually looks like. Let's assign you to influence production at the Landsrad. Okay, so we know where they are, what their deal looks like. I think I'm gonna bump the agent from red to blue. Let's get an idea what their borders look like. If we don't maintain the information level, it will fall back. If you want to keep current information about a player, you do have to keep agents assigned. Wow, we actually have a lot of intel production now. So what other kinds of things can we put together with this? We can sabotage people's defenses. This is good for when you're going in on somebody who has constructed some defensive structures. A decoy thumper allows you to call a sandworm into a region, protecting neighboring regions from sandworm attacks for a little while, and also, you know, potentially causing somebody's stuff to get eaten. And Arrakis diplomacy disbands all rebellions and raids, plus 200% relation gain and resources received from trade with sieges. And so we have access to these two because our Arrakis information level is high enough. There's a whole bunch of different operations available, and some of them are faction specific, like this support intelligence thing. Let's see, there's an EMP bomb that requires more cooperation from the Spacing Guild. Mechanist units and missile batteries suffer a pretty huge loss of power. A ceasefire interrupts and prevents battles, but you need at least 2 levels of Landsrad information, and that's an Atreides thing. Plus 30% damage received by the target's main base. Again, you have to get the support of the Landsrad for that. Attempting an assassination requires at least 1 level of information with all 4 of the major non-player things, and also level 3 information on the faction you're trying to run the assassination against, which means that you must also have done some prior infiltration actions in order to gain access to these other currently closed slots so that you can actually get to level 3. It does take quite a lot of setup. It's a leave order. Lose 100 Solari per unit in the region at the end of the operation. Okay, so you put down a timed penalty that encourages people to bail. Converts 500% of the power of any dying unit into Solaris, plus resources from pillaging. Okay. Interesting. I kind of... I kind of want to hold on to our intel as a trade resource because we kind of need everything else. Intel is the one thing that I feel okay spending to bargain with. Let's go ahead and construct that water extractor. I guess over here. Yeah, this region has unusual terrain. It's hard for sandworms to do their things. You can just kind of build wherever. That's actually really neat. Okay, so we're cool on our imperial taxes. When our imperial taxes run, we're going to hit 10k hegemony. So a permanent plus 2% resource production upon being elected for a positive resolution. Okay, and you can run that up to 20 times? Wow. That seems like it must get powerful over the course of the game. And we are crushing everybody else in terms of hegemony. We are not paying a lot of attention to the Chom. It looks like House Carino kind of is, and their Landsrad standing is way better than ours. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to do something about that if we want to potentially win by governorship. But maybe we just win by assassinating everyone, you know? Just bank a ton of a ton of intel, and then do that.
On duty.
So, expanding to grab the other spice field, as I was talking about earlier, it'd be 158. Did I build? This was the region that I put up the maintenance center in? Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and get that recall.
Yes, sir.
And let's also remember to fully crew my harvesters, because we can now get quite a lot of production going. They're making me a little nervous with their breaking of our non-aggression treaty, but they don't seem to be doing anything about it.
Over on report.
All right, redeploy, please. What is this region next to us that is unique? An Imperial Basin, doubled production from recruitment offices. Protected from sandworms thanks to its natural features, so it's, yeah, highly populated. That makes sense. Okay, we have a little bit of time left before we have to claim this. We can get some more buildings done underneath its auspices. Oh man, it is so nice to have money again. I definitely want to set up a missile base to cover. We have defenses here as best we can get. Yeah, if we just let our Plascrete build a little bit, we can pull some. We can do some more building in the capital soon. Have one of our agents study the damage to this crashed shuttle. We can get a little bit of a tech boost out of it. There is so much stuff to pay attention to. Ah, okay. They want to do the thing. So I think this is just a position where we run. Shuttling costs a very small amount, and we'd end up shuttling over to here or something. I think we just run.
As you command.
No, they're like, yep. As soon as they cross the border, the
On the move.
the guns are upon them. We received some Landsrad Punishers from a recent resolution. I didn't vote for that resolution, but apparently it passed. So let's commit those. But I was about to say, maybe we should start recruiting more stuff. And, you know, it might be a good time to think about those fuel cells, because we could start putting together, like, mechanized units. What stops me from getting wardens? Okay, the warden doesn't unlock until you have 10k hegemony. It's an 18 power, 8 armor unit with 600 health. And it gives nearby allies bonus armor, which, of course, on the troopers is also bonus power. So you definitely want at least one of these in each of your groups. That's interesting. For right now, I'm going to say maybe a couple of heavy weapon squads, too. These things don't have nearly as much power as a ranger unit, but they do explode. They do have explosive projectiles, so they deal damage in an area, and they shred the armor off of enemy units.
On it.
They're doing a remarkable amount of damage to that building. Hey, I told you both to get over here. That's a little strange that only one of them came running. So these things have 14 power. They're like a little bit worse than my units. They have incinerators. And some... Ooh, a Sardaukar. Okay. Well, let's run at their flamethrower units with my melee. And the ranged can try to focus here. So they did put down that...
Taking position. Awaiting orders.
This is my hope, is that we can sort of draw them into awkward positions. Okay, I'm not allowed to start building while we're still in the occupied state.
On duty.
On the offensive.
Apparently my units run a little bit faster than theirs do.
On the move.
Alright. Get a couple of kills. Get back to defensive positions.
Taking position.
Listening. On the move.
Imperial tax is due soon, and we are just about to hit the threshold. Let's rebuild this, and they have shown us that they are interested in doing the thing. So let's at least set up. I think we probably want to go a little bit heavier on the defensive militia here, since we have the extra rocket power. But yeah, we're gonna have to put together a little bit more aggression, and then I think I want to build. I think I want to build an airfield as well, maybe off of this village. Right, because we get the circle as far over as that. No, I probably do want to build it here. Yeah, that probably ends up making the most sense. What is this? Okay, we have a raid incoming. I'll deal with that in a minute. Okay, well, we'll build something in that slot eventually, but I probably won't utilize it just yet because we need to make sure we get this other airfield up. This one is just like, it's a little too far away. It's like a tiny bit awkward.
As you command. Agreed.
Okay. How are you doing?
We're listening.
Okay, resolve that, please. New Landstride Council's about to be up.
Fire at will.
Alright, so those units are coming from Fennet. We could trade with them. You know what? We have enough water now. Let's trade with them. Start getting our relationship up. We can stop suffering random raids if we can just get the people in these villages to like us better. Gosh, an airfield in Gurmur feels like such a waste, though. Maybe we should just live with the one we have. So, what else do I want to build? So I'd like to build like a couple more economic buildings before we claim that bonus, right? If we can. We already have a wind trap here. We don't really need a maintenance center over here. I guess, I don't know, do multiple spice silos stack in their effectiveness? No, X1 max. So, I guess actually these villages are not currently benefiting from a maintenance center, I don't think. We'll build one of those in that slot that I opened up. And then we'll probably just claim this bonus. We're over the stockpile size that we need, so let's transfer everything
At your
to
service.
the market.
We're on it. Yes, sir.
Let's get
Let's
these
go.
new folks over here as well. Okay, we've got all the red stuff we need for right now. Non-mechanical units get plus 1% max health per 20 Landsrad standing. So right now, that's already a pretty significant buff. Units liberating or annexing a village from a faction with less standing heal. That's interesting. Proud liberator indeed. This gives us more command points and bonus authority production if no other faction is using more command points. That is really interesting. Plus 5 Landsrad standing per Landsrad information level after every council. You know what? Why don't we, I joked about going in on assassination earlier. We're definitely not, that's not a real option if we haven't done any infiltration research. So let's maybe think about that. Okay, Chome shares are available to buy. I guess we do have a lot of money. We could start doing that, right? So we hit our 10K, and a new vote is available. So okay, information levels can't be lower than 2. A penalty to the spice exchange rate for some faction somewhere. Hopefully not us. And Great Convention Watchers. The elected faction gains minus influence for every enemy military unit within this faction's borders. The thing is, that's only really effective for preventing like long-term offensives, right? It costs Carino effectively nothing to just step over the border for, 20 seconds to fuck with my villages. So I'm not going to worry so much about this one. I am going to try to deflect this. House Carino has issued an edict to change this resolution's scope. Oh, I wonder if this is a thing that usually targets only one faction. Some of the factions have the ability to do some weird things to the council edicts. I'm just gonna throw 100 votes on decline, I think. I can't be the only one, right? Hopefully we'll all be able to come together on wanting that to just go away.
Awaiting command.
Could you salvage this real quick? Because the 200 Plescrete would actually be really nice. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and press this button so I don't forget to do it. Just plus 15 Solari permanently. That seems fine. All right, so at the Chome market, buying 20 shares would cost us 2,300 Solari. There are currently 1,152 shares live. So getting to 10% would require us to do this like 6 times. That's, oh boy, we may have missed the boat on this a little bit. But like, what else am I going to use this much money for? I guess potentially buying stuff off of other players, of course. Maybe. I currently hold 10, I guess. That's something. Yeah, it just seems so expensive. Maybe we wait for a price drop. This symbol here kind of gives you like a rough idea of what the Chome price is doing at any given moment. So we can just pay attention to that. Delegation from a minor house has come to you for help. Yeah, I think I would love to provide them with an escort here. Lose manpower, gain Landsrad standing. Sounds like a winner. All right, let their ornithopters see all of this, and also, I guess, attract some automatic fire. All right, that'll let me build stuff in Arrakis. So, we do have access to all of the military buildings, and maybe this is a good time to think about military buildings. Power and experience to military units, faster regeneration and training. A reduction in the amount that we are paying our force is probably pretty significant. And then, like, our manpower production is still kind of weak. So let's see here. We can get +1 armor eventually from filling out one of the 2 build districts. What I might want to actually do first is let's just get this established. That'll give us a reduction in the cost of the military developments that we have yet to research, because we still have a lot of those to go, and we're at the point where they're pretty expensive, and then we can build our next 2 military buildings into there.
At your service, sir.
And you know what? I think it's time to go get us a spice field. I will definitely be building an airfield up here. We don't have the money necessary, or we don't have the manpower necessary to actually build militia at Gurmer, especially since we're going to want to crew a harvester in a second here. And you can see Carino is creeping forward. Speaking of Carino, yeah, we have this information on them I should probably be paying attention to. So let's, for the moment, I think, now that we know what it feels like we need to know about these people, let's reassign to other tasks. I'm going to go Spacing Guild for a little while, mostly just to get manpower. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Expansion is occurring. Alright, we obviously have like a massively overwhelming force here. Okay, great work, friends. So that thing we saw before was definitely just like a small exploratory attack. We cannot rely on that being it. It's got me very nervous, as you can probably tell. A little bit on edge. Okay, what are this village's traits? I didn't even look. Bonus recruitment speed for agents and +3 Solari production per military building here. That's cool. Obviously, we're going to be starting with a refinery. And then, like I said, the next thing I want to build is an airfield. We have enough income that we should be able to do that pretty quickly. Ooh, Space Cruiser scrap. Hell yeah, let's go get some guild favors from the Spacers Guild. So one thing that I think is really interesting about this game is the way that it uses the amount of stuff that's going on and like the new points of interest constantly appearing in your regions and stuff as a way of like exploiting the necessarily limited nature of a player's attention as a resource. I guess right here is fine.
Listening.
Oh. We got sandworms, potentially. Did I get that in time? Yeah, we're good. I don't even see any massive rows of teeth. Although I guess they're less like rows and more like big circles. Okay, all of a sudden, a lot of what seems like aggressive expansion from blue. Next thing we build here is going to have to be a missile battery. All right, so now we've got this, a little bit more influence production, a little bit more Landsrad production, Landsrad standing production. Minor houses deliver a house gift near Arrakis after every council. I don't know what is in those exactly, but free stuff sounds good. Or we can work on our spying in general. Agents assigned to Chom, Landsrad, or Spacing Guild produce 100% or produce double their normal resources. Seems good. Bonus influence and intel from agents assigned to counterintelligence. You know, we're not doing any of that. Maybe it would be a good idea to take a moment and see if we are getting spied on. And here, minus 50% impact from number of agents on the time to recruit a new one, and also a big bonus to the number of maximum agents. Whereas if you go this way... Ooh, wow. Selling Chome shares grants 1 influence per share. So you can make a big... You can make it, like, build up a position on the market and then trade it all in for one big, important influence move. That's interesting. After every council, 1 Lance Red Guard appears near Arrakis per 100 influence spent. So turning your influence output into military units. Lance Red Guards are pretty good defensively. Yeah, interesting. I kind of want to grab this minor houses thing. And then we'll worry about our military technology. Alright, I kind of want to sit on Kartar until we can build the defensive structure. You redeploy. And you... Alright, fully crew that. Let's grab one of our ornithopters and send it back here to cover. Get out there and do the work. Oh, I should remember to... Ha! We spent so long just selling all of our spice to the market for the moment here that we really have to stockpile pretty quickly. That's fine. Again, like I said, a way that the game is like using your limited attention. Not that the missile battery is like hugely relevant, but it's something, you know? Put some proper militia out here too. Do the best we can on defenses. Okay. At the very least, we got to let people know we're serious. We did hit this point of interest. Excellent, excellent. Show market share prices are just... Oh, wow. They're just getting really, really, really more expensive. Fortunately, nobody's going too hard on it, so I don't feel the need to...
What do you want?
You know what? Actually, this is a really good deal for us right now. Solari we have in abundance, and I did sort of a foolish thing with my spice, so now I need to... We did also add another extractor to the network, of course, so there is the effect that has. Wow, you really can't you can't dial this in with very much precision. It just kind of, it's going where it's going.
Ready.
All right. So we are positive again, at least. And I don't feel the need to necessarily like represent our position accurately. Ranged militia costs 10. Let's get this built too. All right. Just a little bit of response time basically is what we're buying there.
Make it worth my time.
You would give me an awful lot of some things I do care about. I don't want to trade off influence. I feel like that's a pretty bad move. But if you're itching for some intel and you want to give me some of this stuff, I wouldn't necessarily be opposed, because we could do some building, right? We could do some building, especially in the home territory. And yeah, he really doesn't value his plascrete very highly. How about that? All right, he's into it, and I am also into it. So it feels to me the bonus for a two building blue region is intel and influence production, and influence production is valuable. But it feels to me like I want to be more ready on the red stuff. Also, we don't actually have 2 blue buildings unlocked, so I guess that's something to think about. Oh man, maybe we should do this. Maybe we should do this thing though. Get that first blue building up, because that is plus 15% hegemony gains, and also it helps us with all of the developments that we still have to research. And then we'll get the military stuff after this. So yeah, we've got this deep desert providing a sort of a natural barrier here. I kind of think I want to, at the very least, like fall back and get this region next. I am not prepared to defend too much further forward.
We're listening.
So the cost of sniping this should be relatively low. Yeah, 122 qualifies as low these days. Yeah, let's have an agent go and get this. Wait. What is this? Renegades have arrived. Renegades from the Fraufeluks have landed on Arrakis. The Spacing Guild would be happy to see them removed. That's kind of outside of my jurisdiction. And okay, the next Landstrad things that are up are not like super compelling. I'm not so stressed about them. Oh, actually, we're over the size of our bribe at this point, so we can just devote everything to direct sale. And I'm watching for this to turn into a little down arrow. It sure would be nice. Okay. That's a pretty small group. Okay, they're headed for Huff. Yeah, Halfir does not actually have defenses. Well, first of all, I should probably fix that. Now, there's another player adjacent to it, but none of this stuff is going to be done in time to matter. That's fine. We have the airfield. So what I will do is... somebody has to stay behind. This one ranged unit is going to stay behind. We're going to run over here. Must leave combat.
Agreed.
Okay. Yeah, there's the airfield circle around the home base. Drop them right here. And so it does cost a little bit of money, but obviously we're extremely set on that. Oh, and Harvester just got, yep, because I was focusing on other stuff. Like I said, limited amount of human attention. How dare they? Alright, this is happening now too. Now there is a little bit of a cooldown on shuttle time. But also this is a runner. It's interesting that they're running straight from my units instead of trying to hit a building or something. All right, so what's up? The elected faction gets set to truce with everybody. We made good use of this when it was done to us. Water regulation. All factions suffer -1 authority production per controlled village, and abandoning a village grants a lot of Solari. And if this passes, everyone who votes for it gets Landsrad standing. I still don't like it very much, obviously. But it probably hurts everybody else more than it hurts me. Well, no, we need a lot of authority yet. Yeah, I think I'm going to throw 100 votes on decline here. This would actually be really crummy if this passed. All right. What on earth are y'all doing?
We are ready.
Also, I should probably... This unit is now done with the defense it was doing, so...
Blow something up?
Okay, their attack has gotten a little messy. Do not allow them to flamethrow us. I'm not doing a lot of strategy here exactly, as I think is fairly obvious. Shuttle me to, yeah, like hereabouts. Hereabouts will do. Just right into the battle. And an event popped. Okay, another one of these lovely young politicians. Listen, as long as these guys keep appearing, we can just buy our way to contention for the governorship. That works just fine for me. All right, what else do we want? Obviously, power and experience gains for our military units, especially since we benefit from experience gains for a longer period than everybody else does. I kind of think the military academy is the one that gets left out, probably. But yeah, let's get that barracks established first. Okay. Yeah, we're good on that vote. I'm not sure what Carino's move was there. And this is the new harvester. It gets fully crewed. It gets deployed. It gets the old one of these. Did we end up picking up that technology that makes harvesters auto-deploy when set to auto-recall? You know what? I'm just going to set all of my harvesters at this point to auto-recall because it automates them 100%. We'll bring in money slightly more slowly, but we will also not experience such severe dips in production. All right, can we get any more? Do they have defensive structures? It actually doesn't look like they do. Oh, and it seems like they're kind of willing to fight us here. Well, you know what? Now they're losing this village as a penalty for their insolence.
Breach their defenses.
Okay, development research. I think we're going to, like, red stuff here. Plus 50% fuel cells, minus 1 mechanical unit fuel cell requirement. Up into that good parts production. Or would I rather have, like, we're already, you know what? Let's hit military propaganda, and then I'll try to fill up our army. And if we can get that bonus to authority production, I think that would be really good, actually. All right, they don't have too much in the way of defenses here. Our troopers are making short work of them. Have an unassigned agent as well, and also the Landsrat vote. Oh yeah, right. We have the penalty because of the Grand Council Watchers. That's fine. We'll just generate less influence for a little while. Give me... Solari is the last thing we need. Get me more... Oh, I can't do this. You have to have cultural assimilation to have the third slot there. Give me more influence, I suppose. Alright. I don't actually even want this region. If we had the authority, I wouldn't take it. We can just set the region back to neutral as a way of being a jerk. Loot its production and render the village unusable for a month. It feels... I'm liberating it. They can rebuild it afterward if they want it so bad. Okay, bribe paid. Let's set the... Okay, that's not too bad. We don't have to stockpile too large a share of what's up. New Chome shares have just become available to buy, so this is the lowest price we're going to see in a while, probably. Still 3K. And there's a little bit of a cooldown between times when you can purchase shares. First of all, to prevent somebody from just, like, robo-dumping, but also, you know, as a way of inflicting a cost on your limited human attention. Wow, liberating a place takes a long time. And you can't really, like, heal or anything while you're doing it. We're just standing in their territory, losing resources. Okay, how did this go? Well, water regulations hit. That sucks a lot. Okay, well, that's going to negatively affect some of us more than others. I think it's going to make it pretty hard for Carino to expand back into this region. That's for one thing. But they wanted the land thread standing, I guess. Nobody wins Eye of the Council. One of the minor houses put in for us very slightly. And the elected faction gains truce with everybody. Okay, Smuggler's got a truce with everybody. That's fine. Do this again. We don't have the money to do it again right now, but we're on our way to 10% at least. Jeez, yeah. The overlapping flags when you have a bunch of units in one spot is something that definitely could be improved. Yeah, I guess I should have taken that resolution about the influence or about the authority a little bit more seriously. We are just not going to be able to expand for a while until that wears off. I'm just keeping an eye on our people here. There is a sandstorm just kind of like sweeping across a lot of our stuff, but it's not a big deal. I'm looking for points of interest that are interesting. Don't really need more influence. You know what? Yeah, reveal me a siege. Why not? Oh, and here's the gift from the minor houses. Yo, I should definitely grab that as soon as our agent's done with this.
Yes, sir.
This is almost flipped. Yep. We'll just retreat back to Fasek when it happens. Alright, construction is possible in Arrakis, but I want to make sure I'm getting out of here as soon as possible. Ugh. I don't know if the sandstorm has much effect on ground troops. I know it like damages ornithopters and stuff.
Understood.
Okay. Good work, y'all. Actually, maybe head back to the airfield in Shalpo. Okay, so more construction is possible. Let's build... Yeah, let's build that command post. Get those benefits. This is unfortunately going to mean that it's going to be a while before we have fuel cells, right? No, sorry. We did grab the fuel cell area. I just haven't actually built the things yet. All right, so a fuel cell factory. This is also a place with 4 wind strength. So a wind trap here is not a terrible idea. Plus Solaria production per statecraft building, plus economy building resource production. Okay. Unfortunately, fuel cells are military, so we don't get those bonuses to resource production. But yeah. Wind trap me up here on the high ground anyway. Okay, everybody's refilling. Yeah, this thing where we have this like big penalty to authority might actually be a really good time to just get aggressive with House Carino's stuff. Just take things away from them that they'll have trouble getting back. We can grab ourselves another warden here. I'm gonna expand a little bit. All right. Reveal to me a siege. Also, go get this influence. Just redistribute to the gifts of the minor houses. Okay, siege to Lula. Trade water for spice. I don't really want to do that. But I also don't want to get raided constantly. How's our relationship going here? Okay, it's getting pretty positive. I might do it. Let's do the water for spice trade. Not because it's super important to us to get the spice, but because it will make them not attack me, which is, in terms of just like lowering the amount of calculation or complications in my life, is valuable. Box full of intel. These like temporary units I'm not super excited about. You know, they have the hireling trait and they're kind of just like crummy. Enemies engaged in combat with this unit lose 15% of their power is interesting, actually. but I don't really love the, maybe I'm being too picky about this, but hireling just feels really bad. Okay, yeah, give me some of that. Okay, so do we want to get aggressive? Do we want to try to like shear off more of Grey's territory? It's worth considering. One thing to keep in mind, and I don't know how to display the area for this, is that home bases do have the same kind of missile attack that the missile turrets do. So like if we were to attack Sin Al-Ria, I fully expect that we'd be suffering bombardment constantly while doing so. Tabnan should be safe, though. Oh, you have 2 bases. Is that a thing? Okay, I guess that's a thing. Yeah, it might be something worth doing just to back them off and get them to stop attacking us. And then we got to think about like how we're actually going to win. I wonder if hegemony is the play. We're already halfway there. And we have so much more territory to expand over and a fair number of unique regions yet to grab. Yeah, this might be a hegemony run that we're going for, that I'm now deciding we're going for. And if the governorship works out, then it works out, right? But I think, in any case, this is maybe where we're going to call it for today. Our empire has for sure moved into sort of a new phase. We've got our footing, we've got a functional military, we've got some airfields for coverage, and I think when you come back next time, we are in full push mode towards some kind of victory, and also punishing badly those who stand against us. And we'll see you then.